Hello, welcome to LCMP 101 or Composition 1. I'm your instructor, Kirsty Richmond. And for our first week in this class, we're actually going to be starting with reading, even though this is a writing course. Specifically, we're going to cover what critical reading and thinking are. And this is really the foundational skill to writing for two reasons. One, if we don't have good information from sources to put in our papers, that's going to affect the final product. So critical reading and thinking will help us determine how good the information is. Second, when we critically evaluate how a source is written, we can take what that writer did and apply it to our own writing. So it's a way of analyzing how did that writer write that piece, and can we learn anything from how they wrote it. Now, I will say that in this first week, because we are doing reading, there's actually a lot of reading to do, more so than as we get further along in the course. So what I want to do right now is take a couple minutes and walk you through how to structure and break down the reading that you need to do in week one. And this will make it much more manageable and will help keep you on track for turning in things on time. To find the reading, you need to go to our course page, go under Content, and then click on Unit 1, which will then show up right here. Now, you'll see all the list of reading to do under the study, but before you dive in here, always go down first to the forum to see what the questions are. And the reason I say this is because the forum is the first assignment due in the week. It's always going to be due on Wednesday night. And the reading is always going to help you with the forum. You often have to do the reading before you can do the forum post. And in this week's forum post, you have two questions. And the first one has to deal with critical reading, viewing, and writing. So I'm going to jump back up to the reading. And right here, I see that there's something called critical thinking, reading, viewing, and writing. So I need to know this in order to answer my forum post. And this reading is in our textbook, The College Writer. So to access that textbook, I'm going to go to Start Here, and then scroll down to where I see the link for MindTap. And once I'm in MindTap, I'll open Unit 1, and I see this mentioned right up here, Critical Thinking Through Reading and Viewing. And if I click on the title, I'll get to Chapter 1. Now, in Chapter 1, the areas I'd like you to focus on are really the first part of the chapter. In fact, this section right here, especially 1.1d, will be very important for you with Project 1 that you'll do at the end of the week. You can skip 1 through 4, 1-5, and 1-6. We won't be focusing on images much in this class. Now for the forum post, what will be really important for you is to really focus on 1-8 and these 4 steps here of critical reading and thinking. Analysis, synthesis, evaluation, and application. And the reason is, I want you to apply these 4 steps when doing the other reading that you will need for the forum. So, if I go back down to my forum, I see that in the second question I'm asked, why is it important for followers of Christ to think, read, and write critically? To help me answer this second question, I need to go up and do these first 2 readings here. A Biblical Foundation for Critical Thinking, and Jesus, the Master of Critical Thinking. And I want you guys to practice these 4 steps, analysis, synthesis, evaluation, application, when you are reading these 2 articles, and even when you're listening to this podcast, Critical Thinking, a Christian Essential. So by Wednesday, you may not have time to read all of these 3, but at least read or listen to one of these first 3 reading materials right here by Wednesday, so that you can make your forum post. Now, after Wednesday, you can then go back and finish these readings and make sure to finish the reading in our textbook. All right, the other readings are located in these other like square titles right here with these little boxes. So sometimes there's videos and sometimes there are chapters. Now, you need to finish these readings so that you can do quiz 1. And a real quick view of how to do the quiz, you would click on it, click on the question, go through and answer the questions that it's asking, fill in the blank, and then do Grade It Now, and it will show you what you got right and wrong instantly, and then you get a second and third attempt if you got anything wrong. And you'll know which attempt you're on because it'll fill little check boxes as you go along. Okay, so that is just a quick view of what you need to do to start this week. By Wednesday, read that chapter, Critical Thinking Through Reading. Read one of these first 3 articles here and complete your forum post. Now, one quick note, even though it says keep the post between 1 and 200 words, in my classes, when there is more than one question in the prompt for the forum, you can take this word count and apply it for each question, meaning I'll allow your entire post to be up to 400 words. 1 to 200 words for part 1, 100 to 200 words for part 2. So this is what's due by Wednesday. By Sunday, you need to do the quiz over the rest of the reading and to complete Project 1. And I'll explain what Project 1 is in a separate video.